Okay, peeps, welcome back. So today we're going to be going over our buy, sells, and dividends for the week, which is from April 28th to May 4th. So with that being said, let's get it. All right, so first thing we're going to go over here, well, we're going to go over our buy, sells, and dividends for the week, but we're also going to go over the Yield Max ETF distributions for the single stocks because that did just recently come out. And if you guys don't know about that, I'm sure you're going to want to know. So let's go ahead and get into it. So here we'll start with M1 Finance, so you guys can kind of see all the dividends that we got. So we got two separate numbers here. We have a number for the entire week, and this video is kind of overlap a little bit with the monthly video that we just did of all of the profits and dividends and options premiums and all that we made for the month. So we'll have two separate numbers on those calculations as to the one that's going to be for the full week versus the one that's going to start from May 1st to the current date. So again, excuse me, I am sick, but we're still dedicated to providing this content for you guys. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the starting date we have here is the 28th. So we want to look at that from that date to the current date. So we have two harbors here. Again, this is a REIT, quarterly REIT, 1610, 1886 on RIV, 41 cents on CRF, $1.09 on CLM, $3.12 on BSTZ, $20.13 from ACP, $8.67 from RYLD, $6.19 from QYLD, 48 cents from SVOL, $14.39 from OPP. And again, OPP and RIV are sister funds, kind of like RYLD and QYLD. Okay, I just lost my place here. So again, $8.67 from RYLD, $6.19 from QYLD. Let's scratch that. I think we just did that. So 48 cents from SVOL, 14.39 from OPP, 6.15 from GOOD, 19.35 from PDI, 4 cents from PFLT, 1 cent from Verizon, 5.86 from MPW, and that total here comes out to, if I'm not mistaken, I believe is the $120.85. So now let's go ahead and get into the Grayscale Trust here. As you guys can see, this is what our portfolio looks like now. Going forward, starting from this point, we're not going to tell you guys what we're going to do anymore with the Grayscale Trust because there's just too much animosity going on and we don't want to put up with it. So we're just simply going to buy and sell the positions as we see fit. No expectations here. We're not going to say if we're going to hold it for a year, 2 years, 5 years, 2 minutes, whatever. But this is what we currently have. So sold out of LTCN, took a profit, repositioned ourselves back into some Mana and some GBAT. As you guys can see here, we're already up on the bounce. So that's the positions currently. So again, we got $15.95 from the money market fund, the SPACs from Fidelity, which of course we get every single month if we are if we have cash in this account and the Fed funds rate stays as high as it is, then we get paid from this. So that's one of the reasons you're seeing that. And then, of course, so you can see the buys here on GBAT, and also you can see the $10,455 transaction selling LTCN, and also this well, this was earlier, but not for this week, but for the previous week, $1,006 on the Meta Trust. So again, with the LTCN Trust, we just simply sold out of it because, again, Bitcoin's creating a MACD death cross. I don't want to go over this again, but if Bitcoin's going to drop 50% like it did in the mid-cycle dump last time, these Grayscale Trusts, I can tell y'all right now, they're going to drop a lot more. So we want to have some cash on the side to buy the dip. You guys can do whatever you want to with your money. It's your portfolios. You do what you want. We're not going to tell you what to do. So anyways, that goes for all of the transactions here on the trust, and of course the savings interest rates. So I actually want to go back here and make sure this is accurate. So let's see, we got like 34, 35, 36, 40, 60. Okay, yeah, so I'm pretty sure the $120 one is for the M1 Finance. So let's go ahead and get into the Robinhood portfolio here. So pretty much what we're looking for here is, I think the only payment that we received this week, if I'm not mistaken, is Clip. So again, Clip is still holding up pretty well. We haven't bought a lot in a while, but again, in terms of total return, we are actually positive on this fund. So $79.42 from Clip, as you guys can see there. So we can go down a little bit further here down this list, and I believe the Defiance ETFs are going to be paying soon, but not yet. So yeah, it looks like the payment is pending for today's Saturday, so this should be on Monday. And we'll just keep going down here, going down. Trying to think of what other funds we might have gotten paid from. I know FEPI was a recent payer. You guys will have to excuse me on this one. I really caught something bad. I don't know what this is, but yeah, hopefully I'm back to 100% soon, so I don't sound weird like I have a helium tank stuck down my throat or something. You know, those helium mods that they have that you can use to make people sound funny. Yeah, that's kind of what I sound like. So, yeah, just keep on going down the list. I mean, that's pretty much, I think, just about all that we got paid for this week in terms of passive income from our dividends in the Robinhood portfolio. Again, for roughly about the second to the third week, we don't really get a lot in dividends yet because we haven't started positioning heavily for those time frames. Most of it comes around the end of the month to the start of the month. So again, here we have 25 cents from our one share of Round Hill, the QDT ETF. So in terms of the buys that we bought on this portfolio this week, I can tell you guys right now, we bought SoFi, we bought SQUE, MRNY, AMZY, MSTY, we bought some more of that, and we also bought some Palantir, and then we bought some GBAT this week and sold LTCN on the Fidelity accounts. So we'll go ahead and go into those right now. But anyways, the passive income for the Robinhood portfolio is this right here, which is $84.66. And I might be missing a dividend paying stock or ETF on this one. I'm not sure, but it is that number. So let's go ahead and click on these real quick. So the first one we have here is AMZ, if I'm not mistaken. We didn't add any positions to our native crypto portfolios yet. We were having an issue with the bank earlier, so we weren't able to buy anything this morning, but got all that resolved. So now starting tomorrow, we should be able to buy some native cryptos. But you can see here that we bought about 6 shares of AMZ. And we'll keep going down the list here to look at each single one. So here's MRNY. Now that the single stock ETF X date has passed, which, if I'm not mistaken, was yesterday, we would actually buy more of MRNY, but again, it doesn't make sense at this point because we're trying to do the dividend capture strategy, and again, the X date's not going to be around for another 30 days. So you guys can see we bought some shares here on the 1st. And we'll keep going down this list here. So SQUE, funny enough, two of the old max ETFs we bought actually dumped. How ironic is that? So, I mean, it happens. You know, we're not God. We can't predict the future perfectly exactly every time. I mean, we're just people. So, May 1st, we bought 3.36 shares here of SQUE, as you guys can see. So, MSTY, this was actually... Oh, no, sorry. This is the wrong one. My bad. So, that's NVIDIA. Trying to find MSTY here. Where is it? So MSTY actually went up quite a bit on Bitcoin's pump recently, as you guys know. Again, whether that's a pump fake and we're going to dump afterwards or it's actually legit, we don't know yet, but we'll get into that in a separate video. So again, trading and investing, well, investing is different, but trading is based on probabilities. So MSTY went up quite a bit. We did buy some shares down here. You guys can see we have almost 30 shares now. So 5.37 shares here, as you guys can see yesterday. And so I can tell you guys right now, of the funds that we cashed out from LTCM, what we're going to do with that. Again, this is not a guarantee. You know, this is just kind of what we're thinking. We're going to put 60% of that into PLTR and or other growth stocks to collect the options premiums, and the other 40% is going to go back into the grayscale trusts. Because we're positioned trading in the grayscale trust now, if we get the opportunity to buy at ideal prices, especially if Bitcoin's about to drop and the rest of the markets are going to go with it, at least temporarily, we have plenty of time to store up some cash for that and wait for the opportunity. So we don't need to have an excess amount of cash just sitting around doing nothing. So you can see here we added the shares of PLTR. I don't even need to click on this because you guys know this is new for those of you guys that have watched our portfolios for a while. And of course, you have the SoFi shares here. So we did actually get put 200 shares at a $7 strike price. So our current price $7.12. The market price is $6.97. You can see we have 500 shares, and we're basically just doing weekly options on these at this point. So yeah, so there's a bunch of calls and stuff here. Well, I'm actually going to click on this just for full transparency so you guys can see, but I'm not sure if it actually shows that we got put the shares. No, it does not. Not in here. That's kind of weird, but yeah, we did get put 2 contracts. So basically 200 shares at $7, but you can see all the transactions there. So that's what's going on with Robinhood. We'll go over to Webull now. So dividends, as you guys can see here, this is all we got for the week. So $97 from Clip. And if I go over here, you guys can see that the positions are the same. They have not changed. So we'll go ahead and close that out now. Okay, so in terms of all those numbers, so we have, this is the Clip dividends from Webull. And then we, of course, have the savings interest from Fidelity here. You guys can see all that. And oh, right. One more thing. Options premiums. So let's go over this for the week. Okay. So one covered call, the entry date was on the 1st of the month. The expiration date is on the 10th of the month. We got $11 for one contract on that. HUT 8 covered call, start date 5/1. End date's going to be 5/31, $24 times 1 on that. SoFi entry date is 5/1. That's a covered call. Expiration date 5/10. That's going to be $7 times 1 contract. CLSK 5/2. That's a covered call, and the expiration date on that's going to be 5/10. That's $10 times 1 contract. And again, the reason why the premium's so low on that one, even though the premium is good for the miners, is because the market price is very far away from our current price right now. Once it gets back up there, the premium will be a lot more. That's kind of a common issue with the wheel strategy. So Mara 5/3 cash secured put. We did have a put on this before, but we did not get assigned the shares. So we just went ahead and wrote another cash secured put. Entry date on that is 5/3, and the exit date on that is going to be 5/10. That's for $48 times 1 contract. So that premium in total comes out to $183. So with all of that, oh yes, and there's also the LTCN profits, so $5,454.60. So with all of that in total, the total amount that we made in just this week was $5,955.78. And keep in mind, this is from the start of the week to the end of the week. But again, we did say this overlaps with our monthly video. So that's for the entire week. Now, in terms of being from the 1st to the current date, which is the 4th, the total is actually $5,580.11. So we're able to separate the two. One covers the entire week, which overlaps with the monthly video. The other one covers this one that you guys are seeing right here, covers from the 1st of the month to the current date, which is the 4th. So we have a lot of cash set aside here to pick up some more options plays, which we're going to do, and buy more dividend paying stocks, because again, we are still bullish on crypto, but we do think there's about to be a mid-cycle pullback. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I think Bitcoin and crypto is going to dump, but we'll see. We'll talk about that in a separate video. So now let's go ahead and get into the yield max dividend payments. So you got Tesla at 69 cents. That's not really a surprise because, again, Tesla is just starting to recover, so I don't think that was really priced into the dividend. OARC, 52 cents. This one is actually surprising. I was not expecting it to be this big. We have a lot of shares of this, so we're definitely happy about that. Apple, 33 cents. I don't know if you guys heard about the $110 billion stock buyback plus they raise their dividends. So that's going to be pretty good for Apple stock. I don't know about y'all, but I saw that and I was like, what the hell? Like, okay. Well, I mean, if that doesn't pump the stock, I don't know what will. So, anyways, Apple 34 cents, Nvidia $1.20. So Nvidia still going strong here. AMZ 97 cents. That's pretty high up there for AMZ. So FB, this is roughly about 90 cents. GUI, this is a surprise to the upside. So 66 cents. NFLY 96 cents. CONY $2.28. Again, that's based on the crypto bull cycle. As long as the bull cycle is intact, we expect Coney and MST to be paying massive dividends and also to appreciate in price. Okay, unless we get below that monthly trend line, the bull market is still on. We'll talk about that in a separate video. So 57 cents on MSFO, 70 cents on DSO, 33 cents on Zomo, 41 cents on JPMO. Not really expecting a lot from JPMO. Again, it's a bank stock, so it's not super volatile like one of these semiconductors or the crypto plays or something like that. 51 cents from AMDY, 94 cents from PayPal or the PayPal ETF, $1.12 from Squeeze, so very happy about that. MRNY is up there too, 95 cents. AIYY 40 cents. $2.52 from MSTY, which again is not really surprising because that thing is just a beast when it comes to price appreciation. And so we have some new ETFs here. We're not really going to cover these, but I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. So you have basically a bullish long strategy Bitcoin exchange traded product. I'm not sure why it's listed as an ETP. That's curious. And then you basically have an inverse pair for Tesla here. So you have Tesla and then you have Tesla. I'm not sure how they got away with this ticker symbol. Oh, wait, never mind. This is the ticker symbol. My bad. So, anyways, basically, I mean, if you think Tesla is going to go down, this would be the ETF for you. It really all comes back down to whether you're bullish on the underlying stock of the underlying company or bearish. It really depends on your perspective. So, this one in particular right here, the Bitcoin Income Strategy ETF, this could be a really high pair. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I think that this could actually probably pay more than MSTY. But do understand that the more that these dividends pay, the higher the likelihood that the price is going to depreciate over time, okay? So anyways, hope y'all enjoyed this content. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.